Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. So my name's Phil, and I'm here today to talk to you about bringing your unique blend to Costa, okay? So bringing your unique blend to Costa is essentially you bringing your version of your skills, your personalities, and your ambitions to our brand. And the way I'm going to do that with you today is I'm going to be sharing with you a story that I've come to know over the past 6 years. And I'm going to share with you how a person came along this journey of setbacks, successes, and managed to get to a place in their life they probably didn't think they would get to originally. However, before I start, I've got some goodies to give away at the front here. Now, these are quite a rare piece of kit, okay? So these goodies are in stores at the moment, but they're probably sold out already, so they're quite rare. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to ask for 3 people to tell me, hey, Hattie, it's better than yesterday, 3 people to tell me about what skills you would learn from Costa. Hattie, take your pick. First 3 will receive a ceramic mug.
How to make coffee.
How to make coffee, yep. So barista skills, absolutely.
How to be friendly with customers and stuff like that.
So customer service, yeah, absolutely customer service.
Teamwork and coordination skills.
Teamwork, very, very good. Yes, love that one. Absolutely, absolutely teamwork. There you go. You're welcome.
Organisation.
Organisation. So I've only got 3 to hand out. Who was it? Who was it? It was you, wasn't it? There you go. You're welcome. No problem at all. Okay. So bringing your unique blend to Costa. So we've identified some of the skills already that are developed in Costa. So we've had barista skills, we've had customer service, we've had teamwork, okay? Now what I'm going to do across this journey is talk to you about somebody that has developed some skills across a period of time and how they've then brought them to a brand like Costa. So the story begins with a young boy, okay, had a real passion for football. Now, this young boy played for his local village side called Bennington, okay? Now, Bennington, you'll probably find 1 man and his dog and maybe 1 post box and telephone box if you're lucky. So to have a football team is quite a strange occurrence. However, the young chap had a passion for football and that's what he wanted to do. Now, unfortunately, the young lad did have a minor setback in his upbringing. The young lad had a speech impediment. Now, this was a real difficulty for the young person. The speech impediment was a lisp, and essentially a lisp is a bad positioning of the tongue. So he was quite lazy in the way that he would position his tongue when talking. Now, as you can imagine, this series of speech impediment issues that he came through in his childhood, it actually resulted in him being verbally and physically bullied throughout the majority of his primary and secondary school life. Now, unfortunately, this young lad had 1 tormentor, and it was a gentleman called Sam. Now, as you can imagine, the 1 letter of the alphabet this guy couldn't pronounce was the letter S. And it's just typical that the tormentor's name started with an S. Now, Sam would regularly, verbally and physically bully this young chap simply because he couldn't pronounce his name correctly. And across this period of time, there was laughing and sniggering in class when the young chap would put his hand up to answer questions in class. And it was quite a difficult period of his life. However, when I tell you about this chap being bullied, the truth is, when he dresses like that, with trousers as high as that and jack-ups like that, it's probably no wonder that there was a little bit of verbal bullying going on. Now, away from this, the young chap luckily had a sister. Now, the sister was degree standard qualified in speech pathology and therapy. So it was great for this young person to get some sessions to help them get past this speech impediment and help them grow their confidence and skills in life. The sister graduated from Cambridge University with a first-class honours degree. So these sessions were genuinely taking place at home. And there were successes and setbacks along the way on this journey. Now, the young chap did have periods of time where throughout his upbringing he had difficulties. So, for instance, the parents of the child split up, and that was really difficult for the young man to get past, as well as a speech impediment as well. So what they decided to do was, throughout the sessions, they decided to get the young chap to go through a load of school plays. Now, a show of hands, please. Has anybody seen the scene in Finding Nemo where Dory tries to do a whale impression? Show of hands. So you imagine that session right there, and that's probably what this person sounded like on stage trying to sing. So it wasn't good at all. But nevertheless, it was an opportunity for this person to grow the skill and confidence to talk, which was one of the barriers they were facing. So what this chap had, though, his one release was his football career. He had a fantastic passion for this one game. And it probably came from his grandfather. So his grandfather regularly took him out into the back garden after school and would put a set of cones out in front of him and would get him to lift the ball over the cones with both feet. It was important that he had equal ability in both feet. Now, the young chap managed to develop a very successful football career at a young age, so managed to represent clubs such as Arsenal, Norwich City, Cambridge United, Stevenage Borough and Brentford at the back end of his football career, and really had a high hope of becoming a professional. Unfortunately, though, this young chap didn't manage to do it. However, across that period of his life, he regularly spent time in the garden after school. Often, as you can see in the photo, didn't even have time to take off his school uniform. He would just throw on some socks, go in the garden and start playing again. And the young lad developed a number of skills across that football career, such as communication. And communication was really important on a football field to make sure people were doing the jobs that were required, to make sure the ball doesn't go in the back of your net. Now, that communication skill is a transferable skill. It can be used in a lot of leadership positions throughout companies, and it was a skill that this person wanted to get better at throughout those speech impediment issues that they had. So throughout that footballing career, the young chap in our story also developed some fantastic teamwork skills that probably didn't recognise at the time, and also fantastic skills such as drive. This person, in the pictures you're specifically looking at now, this person played for a club called Brentford. Now, it's near to Heathrow Airport, and it required a 3-hour journey every morning, setting off at 4:30 in the morning to get to the training ground 6 days a week. Now, it was an incredible commitment, but that passion and drive was absolutely there to continue developing and continue learning to try and reach that end goal of becoming a football player. Now, I said earlier that the young chap had a difficult upbringing, but what he did have at 15 years old was he had a part-time job in Costa. Okay, now it came on the back of a work experience placement, and this young chap had a part-time job in Costa. And what he had the part-time job to do was to pay for that travel into Osterley by Heathrow Airport every day so that he could fulfill his dream of becoming a football player. Now, this barista position that he held was probably the laziest period of his life for 3 years, because he had this other dream and he didn't realise the opportunity that was in front of him in this part-time position. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, this was probably the second most laziest period of this person's life. However, what he did have was a fantastic opportunity that he hadn't yet resourced. Now, at 18 years old, when he realised that his football career wasn't going to take off, he wasn't going to make it as a professional, he decided to commit to a full-time career at Costa whilst he found a way to get back into the professional football game. Now, the young man in the story went at 18 years old from a part-time barista into a store manager position in just 4 months, 4-month journey. Was this person ready for any part of that promotion or any part of that progression? Probably not. But I'm a great believer that always challenge yourself to become that person. Don't be afraid of applying for something or going forward for something that you're not quite ready for yet, because I can absolutely believe that you'll have the opportunity to become that person through the skills, the development and the experience you'll gain from that. Now, this young person on that career journey continued to resource those same skills that they learned on that football field, the same communication skills, the same teamwork skills, the same drive, the same problem-solving skills that developed throughout that lifespan of his football career were the same skills that he uses every single day. Now, the chap in the story spent a period of time as a store manager, so spent 2.5 years to 3 years as a store manager. And at 21 years old, decided to apply again for a job that he probably wasn't ready to do. But again, had developed some great skills from managing people and had absolutely made the most of an opportunity in Costa Coffee. And at 21 years old, was successful in an application process to move into his very first national HR role in the support centre of Costa Coffee. Now, it was a big move for the young chap. And what I want you to do, what I want everybody to do, away from all the klaxons, etc., is I want everybody in the stage today just to close their eyes for one moment. I need everybody just to close their eyes. And I can't begin until everybody closes their eyes. Everybody close their eyes. Now, I need everybody just to image in your mind a 6-foot-tall chap, okay? He'll have black shoes on. The chap will have a blue pair of trousers, a red T-shirt, and will have some glasses on as well, okay? Now, once you've got that image, just open your eyes. So, the person in the story throughout today is me. My name's Phil, and for 6 years, I've been trying to find the key of how I can bring my unique blend to a company like Costa. Costa have some fantastic opportunities, as do other employers. But Costa have got some fantastic opportunities through work experience programs, through adult work placements, through apprenticeships, a number of opportunities for you to develop that same career journey for yourself. There are graduate schemes beyond those stages of your development, and you can all absolutely resource that. However, it all begins with just one conversation. It begins with just one opportunity, and your opportunity today is available to you. So just round to the left-hand side of this stand through the wall in, there is a Costa Coffee stand, and today we're actually registering people for that work experience placement, the same work experience placement that I went through, the same work experience placement that's got me to this stage today. And if I could leave you with one piece of feedback or one piece of advice for you today, is that all of you in here today will encounter setbacks of different kinds across your career. All of you will encounter different periods of triumphs and success. Just ensure you take the bad with the good, because the bad can often become an absolute strength of yours. I was scared to talk to people. I was scared of being laughed at. I was scared of being humiliated in front of people. And it was a real difficult period of my life to get past the speech impediment. However, here I am today talking to 50 to 100 people, and I'm hoping that I've not shown any sign of that nerve that I used to have 10 years ago coming through, okay? So look after your opportunities and make sure you grasp them with both hands, because within that opportunity, you might just find a strength and a career for yourself. Thank you, everybody.